Hello everyone, I'm April from Port Harcourt City, Nigeria. Welcome to another episode of the Cardano Community Podcast. And today, with me here today is a very interesting individual, a blockchain enthusiast, an engineer in the making. Okay, let me stop there. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you, April.
Yes, so today, in course of our podcast, we'll be talking about blockchain adoption in Africa, Cardano, how Cardano can help solve some of our problems in Africa, and the adoption of, like I said earlier, the adoption of blockchain technology and how it can solve and improve and develop Africa in the future. So, but before we go into that, could you please introduce yourself? Tell us about you, your career. Just a brief history or a brief, introduction of yourself.
Okay. Thank you, April. Hello, everyone. My name is Banigo Emmanuel. I am a student of River State University in Port Harcourt, Nigeria, for those of you who don't know. I study electrical engineering, and I'm actually almost done with school. I'm a tech enthusiast, and like she said, I'm also a blockchain enthusiast. I have this passion about blockchain, and I think blockchain has the potential to help bring Africa from chains of how will I call it, underdevelopment, right? Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, it's really awesome. It's really nice. And funny enough, we both attend the same school. I'm also a student of River State University, but I'm in the arts department. I'm actually studying law, and he's doing electrical engineering. So, but how did you find out about blockchain tech? What got you interested in blockchain technology, cryptocurrency to be precise, Cardano?
Yes.
How did you find out about it?
Okay, I actually found out about blockchain. Okay, not blockchain per se, but cryptocurrency, Bitcoin rather.
Okay.
I found out about Bitcoin like 5-6 years ago.
Okay.
Well, I didn't really pay much attention to it because there was this buzz around it, but I didn't really quite understand it. It was until 3-4 years ago that my friend Joshua properly introduced me to it, and I started playing with other cryptocurrencies, blockchains, EOS, Stellar, Ethereum, Electronium. I played around all those things, and it was because of him, like through his help. The guy is very enthusiastic, and his energy, I think I tapped into that energy of sorts.
Okay. So, but why Cardano?
Okay, Cardano. First of all, Cardano, it's a relatively new blockchain. Okay, now 2017, right? 2017 or so. So it's also relatively cheap. That means it can be easily adopted by Africans, because there are some of these blockchains and cryptocurrencies that here in Africa, like right here in Africa, people could say that it's expensive. Like now, it's expensive acquiring Bitcoin.
Okay.
It's not really affordable to acquire Ethereum either. Ethereum is also a good cryptocurrency, but it's not that easy to access it. But I think with the rates of the Cardano rates, I think it's easy for more Africans to jump on this bandwagon of sorts and adapt it and use it for their daily use. So I think that's what makes it good, and it's better than some other phony cryptocurrencies on the market.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, what's your perception about the Shelley era of Cardano?
Okay, the Shelley era is like Shelley era of Cardano. It's like a pool of sorts, a pool where you do your proof of stake. You get your own adders, the cryptocurrency equivalent of cryptocurrency units of Cardano. It's almost like Bitcoin, but I think it's more energy efficient, and I think it's much easier to mine. Yeah, if I can use that word, because Bitcoin uses a lot of computing power rather,
yes,
electricity, and it's not really affordable. It's not really cheap to build all this, to like build a mining farm that can just mine all those things. And Bitcoin is now gradually depleting, right? Its volume is gradually depleting from what I hear. I don't know. I hear things a lot.
You should find out from the right source.
Yes, I'll check it out.
Okay. Well, it's actually true, because an individual cannot mine Bitcoin with just using your computer system in the house. They are really special computers for that, and they're really, really expensive. You know, a normal individual, like students like us, we can't afford it.
Yeah.
we can't afford to, get that kind of expense. So just for big companies and people that can really afford it. But for Cardano, it's different. I recently got to know that you can actually use your phone to join a stake pool, to have a staking pool, or to join a staking pool, and that's like it's really awesome.
Okay, that's nice.
Yes. So do you plan on running a stake pool in order to participate in the decentralization of Cardano?
Yes, I have plans for that. Yes, I do. I do have plans for that, because
when will you start?
Very soon. I think second quarter of the year. I think that will be a much convenient time for me.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, for me, I don't know yet. Maybe second quarter of the year will be convenient for me to join a staking pool or own my own.
Okay.
What do you think about Acoin?
Okay, Akon, the rapper. So
Akon.
Yes. So from what I've gathered, Akon wants to bring its own cryptocurrency. I also heard that he wanted to build a city. Like he grabbed from his homeland, Senegal. He bought some acres of land that he wants to be the future city of sorts. And it has this Wakanda kind of vibe to it, because there's this vibe around Afrofuturism. Like I think it's cool what he has in mind.
Okay.
And I like his energy, and I like his concepts that he's brought. Like he said, he brings the concepts and he lets the engineers work on it, figure out how it works. So I like that about him. So Acoin is I think it's going to be like a stamp currency for Akon City. Okay. So the inhabitants of it will have access to facilities that normal people wouldn't, that people who don't have access to these, like government facilities, like let me say the banks ish, something like that, or credit facilities, loans, and so forth and so on. I think that's what Acoin would bring to them, and I think it would make it easier for them, because right now in Africa there are unbanked people. We have a lot of unbanked people. I think 43 million, give or take. It could be more. Well, I think that's where the last count I last read, 43 million Africans are unbanked, and this could also help us, because these people don't have access to the conventional financial services.
Yes.
And bringing the cryptocurrency, or bringing the blockchain rather, Cardano, bringing Cardano into the fold would help them, would help close that gap. It would help close that gap, because they would no longer have to rely on old systems of societies that gather this I've forgotten what they call the name. The society, those in Nigeria they call it Akao.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's what I know it as. Where a group of people it's normally a group of people that have the same interest in
it's like their own type of
business.
Pool. It's like their own type of pool.
Exactly.
Yes, thank you.
Exactly. They each contribute money.
Yes. So
that's their own bank system.
Yes. So I really don't know the exact word for it. Forgive me if I don't know the exact word for it right now.
It's called Akao.
In Nigeria they call it Akao. So our Nigerian brethren, if they are listening, they will understand what I'm saying.
Okay. So, do you think the future in Africa is digital economy? If you think so, why?
Yes, I believe the future is a digital economy, especially for Africa, because we're trying our best. We're trying to move on from old fiat systems. Like the world is moving on from it. Like for example, now China and WeChat, for example.
Okay.
China and WeChat, most of their payments nowadays, the government has essentially forced them, because the government is participating. Is participating in this. Is essentially allowing their citizens to use digital currencies on the go. Like with WeChat, you can just scan a QR code and pay for something. Now, if our governments are more willing to participate in it, we can create something like that. And I think Cardano can help bridge that, can help do that. So if that could bring ease of access to people, it could make payments faster, make payments easier, because these three things: access, speed, security, and four things. They help drive the economy. They help drive the economy, especially the security part. And I think Cardano has that security part figured out.
Okay, well, it's actually true. You know, some African countries like Kenya, they've already started adopting blockchain in their system. And if more of African countries, you know, put in blockchain in their system, Nigeria will have to follow suit. Other countries that have not adopted blockchain will have no choice but to follow suit, because they won't want to be left behind.
Yes.
And I think if the government should if the government should enforce it, the citizens will have no choice now.
Yes.
But to comply.
Yes. But the thing is that you can't just force something like that. I believe that we can start small.
Okay.
Yes, we can start small. Even with the awareness, we can even start individually as ourselves, like individuals on our own. We can start it, create something that could bring notice. Like now, the government really needs a good policy, and I believe also blockchain could also fit into that. Into those policies, blockchain could fit into those policies. So yes, creating awareness, we start small, education, focus on it, and etc.
Exactly. So what are the problems, or what are some problems in Africa that you know about and that blockchain can help solve or improve?
Okay, one is land ownership. So essentially, if we create a centralized blockchain where government records are kept, it will bring a sort of accountability to it. Even for the government, you can keep land records, keep birth certificates and death certificates, and any government issued certificates or documents, we can upload it on a centralized blockchain, and that will make it easier for citizens. There will be like this. I think there will be like a sort of renewed trust between the government and the citizens. I think the blockchain can provide that accountability. The blockchain can also be used for elections, like counts. I think blockchain could really bring that your vote counts, your voice counts mantra that is being preached during elections. I think blockchain can bring about something like that. Because if you look around, especially in a country like Nigeria, there's usually ballot thefts, reports of election violence, killings, electoral malpractice.
It's always associated with violence. Violence is the number one thing. You know, people don't come out to vote, not because they don't want to vote, that they are not interested. The main reason they don't come out to vote is because they are scared.
Yes,
they are scared. If they go out, there's no election that will occur once every 4 years that you will not hear this state 30 people died, that state 5, this state 20, this state 50, and you know it instills fear in them and makes them not want to come out to vote. But I think if we adopt blockchain, we put that system in blockchain, it will be much more convenient. You know, you just stay wherever you are and just vote. Use your phone, use your system, just give the vote, and everything will be clear. You know, there will not be any form of fraud. no electoral malpractice, no switching of ballot boxes. Do you want to switch the ballot box in your phone? Who will do that? Like, everything will be transparent. Every person will have a copy of everything going on, and life will be easy.
Yes.
Really, really easy.
And it can't be tampered with.
It can't be it's immutable. Oh my god, blockchain tech is it.
Yeah, it's it.
Okay, so let's move into the educational sector in Africa. Most educational institutions in African countries, they are really poor and they are deteriorating rapidly, like day by day, especially in Nigeria. And I believe that if this continues, it will result in the collapse of education. And the collapse of education is the collapse of a nation. So do you believe blockchain can help transform it?
Yes.
How?
Blockchain can help transform it, especially when the government gets its policies, education policies right, especially when it gets its education policies right. And I believe that if we want to start adoption of blockchain, we should start small. Coding camps are good.
Hubs.
Yes, hubs, tech hubs. We have, like, especially now we have one we have one called Tech Creek here in Port Harcourt. Okay. If we introduce something like that, like a sort of a coding camp, I know I'm used to coding camps. So if we do something like that, we could drop some few awareness, drop a little awareness about blockchain. Start small, go to secondary schools, go to universities are even are even a good fit. But I believe that it should start small, because like now in the US, not just US, but other universities in the developed world, they've already started putting blockchain as courses, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Africa should take notes. There are little or no adoption of blockchain courses in university, and I believe if we should start small by educating them, handling meetups. But if government should, get into this fully and say each university should at least register one blockchain courses, I think the creation of awareness will be rapid, and from there we can move.
Yes,
move forward.
Because right now the future is, I think we're in the future of the internet.
Yes.
And not just the internet, but a lot of things happen. New innovations come up every day.
It's really sad that some youths of today, they don't have any knowledge, they don't have an inkling, an idea of tech. Let me not even go to blockchain. Technology, and awareness needs to be created. For me, that's what I think.
Yes.
Okay, so let's look at the vision of Cardano. How do you think, the vision of Cardano, right? How do you think it can, help develop Africa?
Okay, I think I've mentioned something like that earlier. I think they can help with our social system of sorts, our public system. It could bring about accountability, transparency. Yes, because if we have mostly, I believe, because especially here in Nigeria, some people have sort of lost touch with their government. They don't really trust their government that much, because they feel like the government is not really accountable. Even if it's accountable, it's not really transparent, rather.
In a country where corruption is the order of the day, do you think the citizens will want to trust their government? No, they
won't.
If we adopt Cardano, if we adopt blockchain,
it could be like a safeguard.
Exactly, the integrity will increase.
Yes,
and there will be much more. It's even a trustless stuff. It's a trustless system. You don't have to trust the government for anything, and everything is just transparent.
Yes,
and that's one thing. Okay, so you can continue.
Yeah, you've said most of my points for me. So essentially that Because I'm mostly concerned about the public, because
Okay.
I believe that if the public offices do what they need, what is needed to be done, because Africans as a whole, we are already hardworking. It's just that sometimes we're crippled by lack of basic infrastructures. So I believe blockchain too could also help in aiding these infrastructures. It could do its part. Blockchain could do its part, and I believe it's the most effective part could be accountability. Let us know what is going on in our government. Let us know how they're contributing to our betterment.
Yes.
So that's what I believe.
Wow, that's an awesome belief.
Thank you.
It's really wonderful. Okay, so what do you hope to see, like in the next 2 to 3 years, 5, 10 years? What do you hope to see for Cardano? What's your vision for Cardano in Africa?
Yeah, my vision for Cardano in Africa is 10 years from now on, I should be able to walk into a store,
Wow.
get grocery or get whatever I need, pay with cryptocurrency, Cardano, Electronium. Like, I like that. It's easy. I don't have to start looking for my wallet, searching through my wallet and all that. And I also believe that blockchain could make us more trusting of each other,
Okay.
of one another. Contracts, agreements. Yes, blockchain could help us with that.
Yeah.
So that's what I believe 10 years from now on, because I believe the adoption will be slow. Yes, it's going to be slow, but I believe that eventually we will get there.
We will get there.
Yes.
Eventually we'll get there. I'm just imagining that world in my head, like the whole world in Africa where people don't even know anything about blockchain, and suddenly they start using Cardano. Basic transactions, you do it with your phone. Like it will be so convenient and much more. It will be fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. So what are you doing to contribute, or if you're not doing anything now, what do you hope to contribute to the community in Africa?
Currently, I hope to create awareness, because I say this is a new technology and a lot of people don't know about it, and a lot of people not just don't know about it, they have misconceptions about it. Like now, if you mention blockchain, they go to Bitcoin.
Straight to Bitcoin.
They go straight to Bitcoin, and sometimes it can be annoying. Like even when I try and talk to someone about like Bitcoin, no, it's not Bitcoin I'm talking about, man. It's I'm talking about Electronium. I'm talking about that. But it just goes straight to Bitcoin. Yes, Bitcoin has helped in shedding light on this digital currency, but some people also have a negative notion towards it because of the way it's being utilized.
Yes.
Bitcoin is a tool. It's the people that use it. It's the way it's being used. That's what people don't understand. Everything we have around us here, they're tools. Technology is a tool. It's the way you use it. And if there is proper awareness for it, people will understand what it is better, and they'll be able to use it. So that is what I believe. It should. If we create awareness, even from the lowest level, it doesn't have to be from the high level, like going to universities and all that. You know, just start a small coding camp and invite people.
You love coding camps.
Yeah, I love coding camps. They bring people together, like different people. Like I used to go to camps when I was little, so I think I've embraced it. I know like before coding camps now even became a thing, but I used to go to camps.
Okay, I think the main point here is just to create awareness. You know, there was this time my friend, he's an upcoming engineer, and I was like, you can actually be a different engineer. You can bring blockchain into what you're doing, and it will help, like, because that's actually the future. So why not start now? Start thinking of ways you can like use blockchain to solve one of these people's engineering things. And instead of saying, hey, don't come with your Bitcoin thing. Hey, you started your Bitcoin. I'm like, no, it's not Bitcoin. Bitcoin is an application of blockchain. Blockchain has so many applications. Why don't you get it? You just going to understand. I just think that we need to, create awareness, explain them like the simplest form. No need to bring big grammar. Like just explain it
break it down to the simplest level.
to arouse their interest.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, so that they will see like, wow, blockchain can actually do this for us. Blockchain can actually do a lot for us, and that way, if they're actually aware of what blockchain can do, they will have no choice but to want to adopt it because they'll be interested.
Yeah.
Oh, government don't have to do this for us. Let me get interested. Let me research. Let me look for ways to adopt it. Let me think of problems that I can solve in Africa. Let me do this. Let me do that. They'll be interested,
Yes,
and that
will.
way, it will spread like wildfire. Yes, so that's it. The key point there is just awareness. So, but if we're given the opportunity, let's say, Banigo Emmanuel. Today we are saying that we are announcing, let me just break it down. They say you are now an ambassador of Cardano in Africa. What would you do?
I'd be like,
yay!
Yeah, that's what I'll be. I'll jump up. So it'll be awesome. But what I'll do, because I'll do what I said I would hope to do, because I think with being a Cardano ambassador, I think you'll be given that that certification of sorts. That hey, and the resources that you need, like hey, this guy can actually, how will I say it? He can actually do this stuff. Like that's for the name, Cardano ambassador. We can just say for the name. But let me be serious now. But
would you like to become an ambassador?
Yeah, if I'm given the chance, I'd like to become an ambassador.
Wow.
Yeah, but I want to create more awareness. That's just the main thing. Create awareness. You will have the resources to do much more. Yes, I think I have the resources to do much more.
All right. That's really amazing. I also like to become an ambassador. In this school, I really see myself speaking to students, like my classmates, my roommates. I really want to, start from there. I just gather them. Like, hey guys, who knows blockchain? I want to talk about blockchain. just talk to them. Just create awareness. There are so many people in this university that don't know about it.
Yes.
And it would be really helpful if we, start talking to them about it.
Bring up meetups, invite people. You could start with friends, and then tell your friends to tell their friends, and
tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yes, and from there it becomes a community.
Yes,
I think setting up a community here in this school could also be one of the benefits.
Yes,
that you could get.
It's an opportunity.
Yes, you don't even really need to be a Cardano ambassador today. We can even start doing it
now. Exactly. As a member of the community.
Yes. As a member of the community.
Okay, so finally, do you have a message to the entire community in Africa?
Yes, yes, I have a message. First of all, I'm happy that this podcast is here.
Okay.
Because it goes to show that we Africans, well, not the government, but we Africans, we are standing up, we are doing something to help our continent, our nations in Africa. We're trying to do something to make each day better for other Africans. We're trying to bring up a name that brings good. Yes, there are bad eggs among us, but that doesn't mean that you generalize it to all of us. Yes, no system is perfect. And I think blockchain is also, like I said, everything, technology is a tool. And I think blockchain could also be a tool that we could use to better ourselves. So that's what I just mostly have for them to say. And I'm also happy that this is up here, and it'll echo to the world that hey, Africa is not all bad. It's not the way they say it is in publications.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Banigo. It has been an interesting section with you. I'm so happy to have this podcast with you. I'm really excited.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So for now, we'll say goodbye. Goodbye for now until the next episode. Thank you very much. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.